2 new books by the Gentleman Club's and Gentleman Club Whiskey's own Marc Antomattei, coming soon. Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Gentleman's Club Whiskey. I'm your host, Marc Antomattei, and in today's episode, I'm going to be conducting a very quick review over the Yamazaki Single Malt Whisky. As you can tell, I'm in a very good mood now because I've already been drinking before this review had even started. Maybe about 50 milliliters of Hakushu, and then a little bit of Yamazaki pre-review. Now it's time to do the real thing on camera. Now, I've already conducted this review a very long time ago, 2 years ago, on my other channel called The Gentleman's Club that came out previously before I created Gentleman's Club Whiskey. And I wasn't too happy with that prior review from 2 years ago because I could see how much I struggled to get out what I wanted to say. The review was about 20 minutes long. It was overtly long, and just I couldn't eloquently express what I wanted to say. And even when I did say what I wanted to say, just it did not come out so eloquently or the way that I wanted it to. So now it's time for the real review, so to speak, or the quick review of sorts. I have all my notes right before me, and I'm just going to taste on camera and read the notes that I've written prior to turning on the camera. So, on the nose, this one has a little bit of chocolate, but mostly berries, that being cherries and strawberries, and also the Mizunara Japanese oak. You could smell inside of there just a tad bit, not so much. The palate is very special. Two things that I can tell inside of there more than anything else, or maybe the only two things I can tell inside of there, is a little bit of milk chocolate and raspberry. Now I can tell you that raspberry was not something that I've said inside of my previous review that I've conducted 2 years ago. Or is it something that I thought about last year or even at the beginning of this year? But I noticed that as I become more experienced on my tongue and with my palate, I can more easily describe and express what it is that I'm trying to say and what it is that I taste. And I noticed that my review, or that what I want to say, my own personal tasting matches that of the Suntory press, or the website, so to speak, very closely. And I guess that's just something that comes with experience. The finish. Very smooth and creamy. I would say that there's some vanilla inside of there, and there's a long-lasting, chewable, and lingering raspberry taste, which is quite good. wow, this is a very good whiskey just to be a no-age statement. I was impressed with the Hakushu no-age statement whiskey, but I would definitely say this is the first whiskey that I was really, truly impressed with. And especially with it being a no-age statement, it has a Japanese identity all on its own, very far removed from what you would expect from Scotch whiskies. And that's the whole point and the whole thing that Suntory was trying to go for. They were trying to make a Japanese identity to Japanese whiskey that is very far removed from the identity that Scotch whiskeys have, and this completely hits the mark with that. Came out in 1923 when the distillery, Japan's oldest commercial distillery, was founded and opened its doors. Very impressive. One of the best that you can get from Japan. And let me just say on camera that I do love this one and appreciate it more than I do even the Yamazaki age 12 years whiskey. The age 18, I would definitely say, is a little bit better than this. It's more mature. It has more going for it, but this is not too far off from that. They have their own different tastes. It's not like the 18 is exactly the same whiskey, but aged even longer. It's its own beast and its own identity, but they are very close in terms of what you get. I paid about 4,000 something yen for this, and now it's hard to find it even for that price. Inside of any liquor shop today, you would find it more closely in the 8,500 yen range. It's just something that comes with the territory. The Japanese whiskey boom of the last, I would say, 4 years, 5 years at best, has just completely made even the most reasonably priced whiskeys just skyrocket up there in price. And it's such a shame. Collectors, whiskey enthusiasts, especially people inside the United States, they've caught the Japanese whiskey bug, and they're the ones that are completely making this skyrocket in price. And it's such a shame, really, but there's nothing that we can really do about it. Just try to get these whiskeys as early as you can, especially meaning the age statement whiskeys. This stuff right here, the no age statement, this will forever be on the market, but the age statement whiskeys really is the ones that you have to get and hold very close by and tightly and very dear to you. You want to get one bottle of the age statements for drinking, and then you want to get another one for collecting, because you never know when they're going to become obsolete, or the shortage of whiskey is going to hit those, and the price is going to skyrocket. You might be able to make a few bucks off of that. So there's already been a few whiskeys inside the Yamazaki line that have suffered from the shortage. What can you do? Anyways, now I'm rambling and it's time to close out this review, but this is the first whiskey that I've truly been super impressed with, and I think that you will be too, as long as you give it a chance. Gentlemen, salute to you wherever you may be out in the world. Drink responsibly, and as always, gentlemen, keep it classy. Marc Antomattei, out.